Hello world, this is Mr.Yooooooooooo. Today is my first episode for my new podcast on 40 DJs Radio. Today I have a very special guest and he go by the name ZIZ. ZIZ been doing his thing and I'm very proud and very excited to have him for this episode. How you doing, brother?
Hey man, what's happening? What's happening, Mr. Yo? You know what I mean? We appreciate you coming. You know what I'm saying? To being part of our network, 40 DJs Radio. You know what I'm saying? .com for everybody who don't know. Mr. Yo is actually my cousin, man. You know what I'm saying? He wants to do his podcast, and I think that, we the right network. I think with the right network, we could get him to where he wants to get to. So William, tell him, man, let him know, man, about Instagram, how it all started and everything.
So it started because, one day I was playing Call of Duty one day, and my friend Cody told me, yo, you should start doing funny videos. And I'm like, how I'm supposed to do funny, what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to do that. I didn't know at the time, what I was supposed to do. I didn't know what direction I was heading toward. One day on Call of Duty, we playing, we going crazy, That was our thing back in the, not back in the day, but a year or two ago, we was on Call of Duty heavy. So one day, I died on Call of Duty and then the yo came out. I screamed yo. But when I screamed it was with all these O's. I didn't just start off with yo. It was yo, it was with all these O's. And I didn't know how it was going to, turn out. So one day I just posted a video and it went crazy. It blew up. They started blowing up. All my videos made the Explore page. I got over 300 videos on my page total. Some in the archive, and yeah, that's how it happened. And now all the videos on that Explore page, and I'm very grateful and I'm very blessed, and I'm very proud of myself.
That's good, man. That's a lot to accomplish, man, for real, yo.
So today, the first question I want to ask you is, how is your mental? How is life treating you? There's a lot of crazy things going on in this world. Sometimes, people may feel like, they got to watch over their shoulders with all the violence in the, world, and this, especially in the city that we live in. So, how is life treating you? How your mental?
Man, at the end of the day, when people say, oh, man, it's what you make it, right? But to me, it's the opportunity, right, that you present for yourself, right?
Right.
So how hard you go is how hard it's going to come, right? So at the end of the day, man, you wake up positive, right? You look in that mirror, man, you're getting ready, man. You're getting ready for war with yourself, right? How good you could go, how hard you could go for yourself, right, and for your family, right? Because out here, we trying to make it. Every day we trying to make it, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's how you wake up. You got to wake up first, and then after that, that's when everything happens afterwards.
Right. So, I want to, touch bases on, you said it's you getting ready for a war with yourself. I feel like a lot of people don't really understand that, but every day, life really can hit you and you at war with yourself. Every day you got to get up, you got to grind, it could be something bad that just happened, but you still got to go every day. You still got to get up out of bed. You still got to get yourself ready for work. Whatever you got to do, you got to be on that grind so you can get to that next level in life, so you can keep leveling up. You got to continue to grow. I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people complain every day, oh, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. We all go through stuff. We all got bills to pay. We all got things we need to take care of, but it's all about how you go about that in life. If you a person that get up every day and you on the grind, you gonna figure it out. You gonna figure it out, and
might not come when you want it, but it's going.
It's definitely going to come. So today, I just want the world to know about ZIZ. How did that name come about?
Oh man. First back in the day, it was called Z-Rock.
Okay.
And then as I got older, man, I was studying the 5% Nation. You know what I mean? I was doing the school thing and everything. And then I decided to become a Muslim. You know what I mean? Convert. So Abdulaziz is my Muslim name. So I went ahead and just took the A out of the Aziz. And now that's why I'm ZIZ.
Okay.
So the meaning has a lot to do with it. And I figure that's like grown man talk, right? That's like as a grown man, you provide, you do what you do, and you just, straight narrow and just keep it positive and all the way through. So Abdulaziz means a lot to me, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I put it in there like that.
I'm glad to hear that. Let me ask you another question. So what was life growing up for you? How was it? Was it difficult? Was it hard? What's some struggles you dealt with growing up?
Oh man, when you young man, you want it all. It's like you wanna rush towards everything, right? Because you want to make it as far as you want. So it's like it's at arm's reach. You dream about it. You know, you think about it every day. You know, everybody around me wanted to be firefighters. They wanted to be cops. You know, I wanted to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be out there. You know, and I feel like since 15 years old, I took it very strict. You know, and I really wanted to do it. And now, you know, I'm at a certain age now that it's like, okay, now, you know, the career's already there. You know what I'm saying? I just have to go ahead and just capitalize on what I've been doing all these years and who I move forward with. You know what I'm saying? So very critical right now for me, myself, to do that. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this. So what type of music like did you listen to like growing up? Like what inspired you to become the artist that you are today?
Oh man, at the time, my mother gave me a certain amount of money on a weekly basis. And most of the times I would get Chinese food with it. You know what I mean? Get the four chicken wings and fried rice. It was $4.35 back in New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back in the day, you get 4 wings and fried rice for $4.35.
I was about to say, you know, if you in the hood or something, you know the Chinese stores. That's where you go at. Like that's where you go at. Yeah, but you want to know what's so crazy though? A lot of people like. They don't really, like, it's different in different areas. Everybody's culture is different. You know, some places don't got Chinese stores. Nah. Some places don't got corner stores. Some places don't call, what we call our food, the same thing in different areas. Yep. You know, it's different in different places.
So, you know, that right there, instead of the Chinese food, I said, let me go to the record store grab a record. You know what I mean? And I'll never forget. Like, my brother would bring records like Run DMC and all that stuff. But this one time, it was MC Shan. It was called I Pioneered This. So when I heard it, the reason why I bought it was because there was always a DJ in that record store, man. The young people don't understand record stores back in the day was a gem in the hood and everywhere, man. And this DJ was playing it. And I was like, damn, I got to have it. So I grabbed that record. Ever since I bought that record, I got thousands of releases in my garage right now. And still to this day, I still buy it. It might be digital, but I still buy. I still participate, you know what I mean? And purchasing music from the artist. Because I feel like you purchase it, the artist will continue to work. You know what I mean?
Right. So let me ask you this. Like, how was school for you growing up? Like, before you started making music, because you said you started taking it serious at what, 15?
Yeah.
So before 15, before you knew you wanted to be an artist, before you even started taking it serious, what was school like?
School was cool, man. At the time, school was something like, yo, you got to do it. So that's one thing. And then at the end of the day, you know, I was like, damn, you know what? You got to have it. Right. You know, you need to have it. And I'm glad I did go. And I'm glad I finished, you know what I mean? And all the knowledge that I gained with that, you know, I put it into everything in life, you know. Because, like I say it now, like being taught how to write out a check. There's a lot of adults that don't even know how to write out a check.
Right.
They don't know what a check is.
Right.
You know, people still write checks out here, you know, writing in cursive. A lot of people don't know how to write in cursive. You know, it's like a lot of things like that. Math. I think math is very important to learn.
You need it.
You know, economically wise, you know, out here to survive, you better know how to rock your finances right. Because then you're going to be, you know, it ain't going to look too good for you. You know what I mean? But yeah.
So pretty much you enjoyed school back then?
Yeah, it was cool, man. I went through it 80s all the time, 90s. You know, I was pretty good. I didn't get my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? So I think I did a pretty good job.
Because, you know, nowadays, if you ask somebody, like, did they really enjoy school? Like, in this generation, they going to tell you no.
Yeah.
They probably going to tell you no. But if you ask somebody who went to school back then, they going to be like, man, it was so different back in the days. Anybody older that I talk to, whether it's like, you know, my parents, anybody, whether it's you, anybody that's older than me, they always say, like, they wish they can rewind time.
Yeah.
And go back because they don't like how this generation is now. I feel like this generation is like all over the place. I feel like these young kids, they doing whatever they want to do. They don't care about nothing. So, like, how do you feel about the youth?
Man, the youth, man, unfortunately, brother, man, as crazy as it's going to sound, you can't blame them, man. It's your upbringing, right? It's how you're raised. A lot of these cats out here, they don't have the guidance, you know what I mean, to help them, you know, maintain that, you know, and everything like that. So, at the end of the day, you got to just keep that going, you know what I'm saying? And if you see somebody that's not doing something right, you know, guide them. Don't put them down, guide them, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's the upbringing.
what is one message you would give to the youth?
I would say, man, just try to learn. Try to learn right from wrong, right? Not everything has to be wrong. Everything don't got to be hard. Everything don't have to be you in the front. You don't have to do videos of you acting a fool. You can come across a certain way if you do it positively. You know what I'm saying? You will gain a bigger audience being positive.
If you do it positive.
Believe it or not, you will.
I always say, like, because sometimes I post on my Instagram story, I always say, like, you always got to be yourself. It's okay not to follow behind anybody. It's okay to create your own lane. It's okay to go your own route. You don't got to be out at the corner selling drugs, standing on the corner. You ain't got to walk around with a gun in your pants like you about to go hurt somebody. You ain't got to do that. You can be yourself and stay true to yourself, and you get a lot more credit and more blessings like that instead of doing something negative, And I feel like social media plays a big part in, like, this generation, these kids acting out, doing whatever they want to do because they see things on social media and they be like, oh yeah, I want that. Well, I want to be like this person. But when they actually try to go be like that person, or they see that they want that, they either go rob somebody.
Yeah.
They either go kill somebody.
Yep.
Or they end up in jail, or you're going to end up 6 feet under. So my next question for you is, how do you feel about social media?
Social media, if it's used correctly, it's fine. But I feel like it's a lot of wrong messages out there. People go there, they air out they personal business out there. They throw it on there. It's disgusting. You know what I mean?
Right.
And at the end of the day, just remember, all that footage is kept. Whether one way or another, somebody has it.
Even if you delete it, it's still there.
And that's what people fail to realize. That 50-second clip that you put up there, you knocking somebody out or you whatever, you're going to end up in jail, man. You're going to do something that, you're going to end up in a certain way that you're not going to be happy about. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, be very mindful of what you put on these platforms, because it will come back to bite you on your ass. Right. You ask these little rappers out here now, how they out here playing themselves on social media, and get hemmed up real quick.
You want to know? You want to know what's so crazy? It's this new rapper, artist, whatever you want to call this person. He 9 years old, named Lil RT, and he talk about shooting guns, and he talk about all this stuff. He 9 years old.
Again, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. Yep, it's not his fault. It's the upbringing.
Well, excuse me, he's 6 years old.
He's 6 years
old.
Okay,
but even if he was 6 or 9.
But again, it's the upbringing. You can't fault him for acting like that. It's because the folks around him are not putting him to the side and saying, yo,
right,
what you doing here, yo?
Right.
Come on, you shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so let me ask you this. How do you feel about, like, okay, yeah, he rap about what he rap about. But at the end of the day, a lot of people been talking about this on social media too, on Instagram. They say, yeah, he rap what he rap about, but he made it out the hood. Like, he made it out where he wanted to make it out from. Like, he not there no more. Do you feel like that's a good thing, or do you feel like he's still going down, like, the wrong path?
That's a decision that has to be made by the artists themselves. You know what I mean? If they're put in a position where they could actually help their people out, help their family, help the people around them that are there for them, like working with them every day, then he should take that opportunity and turn it into a positive. You know what I mean? So move out of the hood. Do what you got to do. To make sure that you and your family are all right. Don't stop the bag, as the young people say, right?
Right.
So
that's
one thing.
But one thing I did learn: every bag is not good. Every bag is not good.
That's why the bag shouldn't be, continued as a negative. Turn that into a positive.
Right.
Like if you started off shooting guns and all that, that's what you remember. A lot of these, like Fat Joe said the other day, he lied 95% of the time in his music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you're gonna take that persona, you're gonna go that route, and you're gonna talk about that, it's just like people make movies. These directors, they don't live this life, mm-hmm. and they make movies of cats, killing people and mobsters and whatnot, and goons and all this stuff, like, but they don't live that life, but they get to create it though. It's the same thing as an artist. You know what I mean?
Right. So staying on this subject, what does it mean to you to stay true to yourself. Like, what does that mean to you? Because, you know, I watch you for a long time. You know, we family, you know. So I watch you. You know me since I was a baby.
Yeah.
So I didn't heard stuff, and I didn't watch you grow up to the person that you are now. So what does that mean to you, like staying true to yourself?
Staying true to yourself is being yourself, being you, right? Offering yourself, right? Being you positively, never changing anything, keeping the eye on the prize, right? Making sure that you continue your dream, you know. Don't worry about what anybody else think, because people always gonna talk regardless. You know what I mean? You're doing great. If you're doing great, they still talking. You're doing bad, they still talking. You know what I mean? Even if they see the growth, it's just something's gonna be said. You know, but don't let that stop you, man. You know what I mean? If somebody don't like what you're doing, and it's across the board, people feel the same way, then you might have to go back to the drawing board. But don't make that a negative. Don't go on there and start, you know, talking about, I'm pissed off, ain't nobody feeling my shit. You know what I mean? Like, nah, don't talk like that. You know, turn that into a positive. Every day, turn that into a positive, no matter how hard it is. I know it's tough, man.
I always tell people, like, when you having a bad day, use that bad day, use it as motivation. You know, because you can't let a bad day stop you. It's going to be plenty of bad days. It's going to be plenty of good days. But when you have those bad days, you got to look in the mirror and look at yourself and think to yourself, like, okay, I had a bad day, but I'm going to use that bad day, that negativity that I had from this bad day, and turn it into a positive. You know, right. Because it's going to be sunshine at the end of that road. When you make it to where you want to make it, if you keep grinding and you know all the sacrifices you got to make and you grinding every day, it's going to be sunshine at the end of that road.
That's right.
And I tell anybody that, and I tell all my supporters that, every the way life is, life going to hit you hard. You fight with life every day. Every single day. So it's like, that's not the end. That's not the end of your journey. So
always movements.
But besides that, like, I want all my supporters and all my, you know, everybody who tune into this podcast, I want them to know all about you. So, like, tell me how you got, like, you know, the label, everything. Like, how did that come about?
Yeah, so pretty much, you know, just trying to provide a platform for good people, right? For people that are positive, people that want to make moves. You know, it's first of all, it was a hub. It is a hub for DJs. You know what I mean? I wanted the DJs to showcase their skills and provide them a platform where they could be themselves and play what they want. That's what caused us to move to SoundCloud. But you can actually, you know, access the mixes through the website www.4DJSradio.com. You know what I mean? ForTheDJsRadio.com. So pretty much you go there, you can click on the artists, you know, which I think they're artists myself, because DJs are artists. You can go on there, check out DJ Glyph Styles, DJ Jazzy What, TMD, DJ Mega, Jeff Leopard, Renee Double, DJ Scam, DJ Rancha, and G-Zone, and then the latest, you know what I mean, DJ Lot Mix. These guys is from all over the world, man. They got something to provide. And at the end of the day, man, they rock it. My end goal is to end up on like a Sirius XM platform with my own radio station. And I think, you know, the way it's going, I think we're going to make enough noise and it's going to happen one day. But it's also a label. It's also a label where now we're housing, you know, myself, ZIZ, Turning Tides, which is Kenny, my partner. Kenny is my partner with the For The DJs Radio. So me and him decided to do that. Kate Duro is actually a partner also. He's a producer, but he's also an artist. And we got the Knockers, which is myself, you know, Ion, and Navek B. And we're about to drop an album together. We just dropped a single. We got Lux Vu, you know, he's out of Rochester, New York. And then we got Sparkadero, which is Kate Duro and Peter Sparker. So they just dropped an album. And it's amazing. It's amazing. And we got more coming, man. It's a lot of more music
coming.
So
how do you feel about, like, you know, dropping the album? Like, how do you feel about that?
Dropping the album, I think it's amazing.
Are you excited for it? Like, are you, like, pumped up for it?
Yeah, man. Every time you put something out for the world, you know, to listen to, that's always, you always got a great feeling because you put all that work behind it, and then when you finally put it out, you want to see the reception that comes with it. You know what I mean?
So what is your process like? Do you write? Do you freestyle? Do you like go in and punch in? What works best for you?
Man, it's about the beat. You know, it's how the beat is bought. If I feel the beat like crazy, I'm gonna go with the beat, right? I'm gonna go with the beat. If the beat is insane, I'm gonna lose my mind on the beat. If the beat is I'm gonna go with the flow. You know what I mean?
So do you feel like the beat is what makes the song, or
to me, yeah, the beat. I think the beat is the most important part of the whole situation. You know what I mean? Like when you receive that, you get excited, right? So when you hear something, it's like when you hear a song that you like, you get excited. It's the same way for the artist when they're writing. You know what I mean? If the beat is exciting, you're gonna get exciting. You know what I mean? If the beat is not exciting, you're not gonna get that exciting. You know what I mean?
Okay, so let me ask you this question: like, how do you feel? Like, what would you say the difference is from music back in the day compared to music nowadays? What's different?
Music is more accessible.
Okay.
Music is more accessible. Back in the day, there was a lot of footwork.
Okay.
You had to go to the venues. You had to go knock on doors. You had to go and record in the real studio and bring it back.
So you had to actually promote yourself.
Yeah, pay. You had to pay. Everything was pay. Now, these platforms, they let you go free for a certain amount. After you get a certain set, then you have to start paying out your pocket because you want to take it to the next level. So you need some kind of money to back you up,
I feel like because, me growing up, I was around a lot of older people. I was around people that actually listen to oldies, that listen to old school music. But, the generation is so different now. It's like you hear this music for this generation now, and all they talk about is like, the bad stuff. They don't really talk about the good stuff. They don't talk about nothing positive. Mm-hmm. It's all bad stuff. And that's why I said a lot of people, a lot of kids, they feel like it's okay to go out here and just do whatever. And it's negativity. It's nothing positive.
It's because of the upbringing.
Right.
At the end of the day, that's what everybody don't have somebody. See, here's the thing. Everybody does not have someone to grab them by their arm and go, yo, fam, relax. This is what you got to do. Move this way and watch everything come to you. Because if you move away, you attract, right? If you move negative, you're gonna attract negative energy.
Exactly.
If you bring out positive, you're gonna bring positive.
Right.
If you're not doing that, what do you expect?
Right.
You're gonna get your ass kicked.
Right.
One way or another, you're gonna get slapped.
Like you just said, it's like, so pretty much like if you're around bad people, that bad energy is gonna come right back to you. That's facts right there. And I feel like it's time for this world to have a change, but like you said, it's like we can't fault the young kids. We can't fault them because it's the upbringing, And
as an adult, make sure you look yourself in the mirror and say what you could do better. What you could do better for your community. You know what I mean? Just by how you walk. Just by how you walk and talk is how you provide in for your community, right? And what kind of, sense you're putting out there for these kids to grab. Because they looking at you, whether you think or not. Oh, I'm not a role model. I'm not that. They looking at you, fam. They looking at you.
And for everybody who tuning into this podcast, who listening to this podcast, no matter where you at, I just want everybody to know the tongue is a powerful weapon. The tongue is a very powerful weapon. What you say out your mouth, your actions, it plays a big part in life. Consequences can come back to you. Karma can come back to you, so please watch what you say. Your actions, please move with love and positivity at all times. So, ZIZ, my next question for you is, what is 3 things you need when you're recording music?
You need a level mind, right? You need a stress-free setting, and you gotta be willing to put it on the line, man. Lay it on the line. As I write, is how I want it to sound. So if I'm writing a certain way, that's how exactly it's gonna come out. If I'm recording a certain way, that's how it's gonna come out.
That's how it's gonna come out.
And I had to teach myself a lot of these things, man. I had to teach myself how to record, right? I had to teach myself how to, do all these things. Now, I'm very happy, very grateful. I'm hanging with a bunch of dudes that are amazing, and just to name a few, man. DJ Glib Styles, Reese, Navek B, Neek, Banner, You know, all these guys, Indigo Phoenix, you know, I appreciate everything you've done, you know what I'm saying, the talks and everything. You know, a lot of these people, Big French, you know, it's a lot to name. But there's a small crowd, man, who I rock with. And Dean, you know, Ion, you know, I keep messing his name up, Ion. He's with the Knockers, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's another one of my brothers, too. I appreciate him, man, every day. But, you know, all the DJs, man, they know who they are, man, all the DJs. But, DJ Glyph Styles and Reese, man, we you know, K Duro, you know, but Reese and DJ Glyph Styles, those guys are brothers, man. You know, I see us going to the top, man. I don't know, man. It's got, you know, you got that feeling.
Yeah, you got that feeling. You got that gut
man.
feeling.
And I want to help my brothers out. You know what I mean? I want to help Navek B. I want to help Banner. You know what I'm saying? I want to help all these guys, man. You know, at the end of the day, man, we all doing the same thing, man. It's how you do it. And I feel like, man, you got any negative shit going on with yourself, man, at this age, my brother, respectfully, stay the fuck away from me, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Stay away
I feel
from
you
me.
100%.
You feel me? Like, don't, you know, I don't need the drama. I don't need the bullshit. You know, I just want to make music. I just want to help people I want to help put people out. And then if you're not willing to do that, then we good. There's no need to continue.
So pretty much you only like to be around people that's growing as a person and helping you grow. You can help them grow. You don't want no negativity. Yeah. And, you know, you mentioned you got a lot of artists, you know, from all around the world. So what is that relationship like with those artists? Like, how is it?
It's beautiful, man, because if I don't have a relationship with you, I can't work with you.
Right.
I don't mean we got to be best friends, ha, 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 ha. But the people that I work with, I consider them as family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to sit there and put time into something that I don't have love for. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if I don't have love for it, then that means I don't got love for you. I'm not respecting you as a person if I'm not going in doing what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like, you know, me and Glibs, you know, we working on something right now, right? So me and him, we decided like, yo, you know, we got a few tracks, you know, and we decided that we got to go back and redo the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like respectfully, right?
Right.
Make it better, because we better than that.
Right.
Somebody else would take it wrong, you know what I'm saying, this and that, not me. I was like, yo, you know what? At first I was like, damn, for real? But I was so excited to put it out. But he's like, nah, man, let's go back and redo it, because, you know, he's getting better as a producer. You know, we all getting better, right? Every day we grow. And we decided to do that. See, those are the kind of people you want around you. You want the people that are going to say, yo, I don't think this is cool. All right, what you think we should do?
Right.
Oh, well, let's work. Let's do this. Let's do that. And now we're working on something even better that's going to be bigger than that.
So, as an artist, no matter what you're doing in life, you always going to elevate and get better. You're never going to stay in the same position that you was in a year ago, 2 years ago, a month ago, 2 months ago.
That's right.
Like you said, y'all got better. Y'all got better, you know, and that's great. You're not supposed to stay in the same, like, you know, space that you was in. You're supposed to grow. You want to elevate. You feel me? Especially if you're an artist. Whatever you doing in life, you want to elevate and you want to grow. And that's the best way to go. And, you know, I'm very proud of you, because a lot of people don't know this, but we cousins.
Yeah, man.
And a lot of people don't know this, you know, but the whole world about to know this. We cousins, and I'm proud of you. You've been in my life since I was a baby.
Appreciate that, man.
Man, I didn't watch you do a lot of great things, and I'm very proud of you, you know.
Oh, man.
Because like I always tell people, it's hard when you doing something by yourself. Starting from the ground up and building something is hard. It's not easy. It takes time. You probably be up all night, early mornings. You don't get no sleep, but that's the grind.
That's the grind.
That's the hustle. And when you really do make it to the point where you want to be in life, you're going to look back and be like, it was all worth it. And, you know, I want you to keep doing what you're doing. I don't want you to stop.
Appreciate it.
If you have bad days, use that as motivation to keep going.
Man.
I know you got a family to provide for, so keep going. Don't stop, because the only way is up from here.
That's right. That's right, man.
Well, my next question is, what brings ZIZ peace?
When I see everybody around me happy, yo.
That brings you peace?
That brings me so much happiness. You know what I mean? Even you know, the brothers that I speak to all the time, man, like, you know, my younger brother, my younger brother Juan, he's a police officer. I talk to him all the time. Kyle, that's another one of my brothers. And, and then I speak with DJ Glipstyles and Reese every day. We in a chat on Facebook, and we always build each other, you know what I mean?
That's good.
And then me and the vet, we talk about a lot of stuff, man. And, stuff like that. As long as I see everybody around me good, man, I'm good, man. You know what I mean? And I know everybody's not going to be perfect all the time. But for the most part, the people that I rock with, they get up every day, they work, they provide for their family, and they mind their own goddamn business, man. And that's at the end of the day, man. If you got people like that in your circle, man, you better freaking be grateful.
You're going to win every time.
You're going to win every time.
You're going to win every time.
Win every time, man.
So, and it's great to have people like that around you, because when you doing something big and like you want to make it out of your city, make it out of your hometown, you need good people around you. You can't have negativity around you when you trying to do something big. It just won't work.
You can't.
Who's your role model?
My role model? Man, I'm gonna have to say Chuck D, man.
Why? Why you say him?
Because Chuck D said what was supposed to be said in them records.
What'd he say?
He was just like, fight the power, right? Just like, do you, man. No matter what the system is for you, you always gonna go forward, man. Fight the powers that be. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
You can do whatever you want to do, man. You can do whatever you want to do, man. And he wasn't afraid to say it. And I feel like as an artist, man, he wasn't afraid to say it. He lived it. He's been a role model. He's helped so many people out here. And at the end of the day, man, to me, Chuck D is my mentor. And I ride how he rides. And I try to conduct myself in a manner of how he conducts himself. And I learned a lot from that brother, man. And still to this day, Public Enemy is one of my favorite groups. And, listening to him still do his thing and put music out all these years later and mentoring people. And he even has a show that he puts on Mixcloud, and he has his own platform. And he's putting young people on. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. That's why me, Reese, and Glipstyles, we coming out with a show. And it's called the Ill Out Show, and it's kicking off next month in January.
Make sure y'all tune in, man.
Twitch.
Make sure y'all tune in.
We gonna do that for the people.
It's gonna be dope. Make sure y'all tune in. So let me ask you this: what is your definition of success?
Definition of success is when you can sit back and say, "Man, I did that. I was a part of that. I made that happen."
So do you feel like when you get to that part? Like when you get to that point in life, do you feel like that's the time you can really look up and be like, dang, I made it?
At the end of the day, making it is what you're content with.
Okay.
Because somebody could be in an apartment building, right?
Right.
Living in a one apartment
right.
with 2 bedrooms. They got a car outside waiting for them, right?
Right.
That they could get into and drive to work and to and from.
Right.
There's food on the table.
Right.
The fridge is full of food. The bills are paid. That's a success. People value success and put success on a different kind of level. And at the end of the day, it's not like that for everybody. Success is being happy. Some people don't care about having nothing as long as they're happy. There's people with millions of dollars that are freaking depressed, ready to bang themselves out because they depressed. They got all the money in the world, but they depressed.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel like money brings happiness?
Money brings needs, right?
Okay.
Money brings needs, necessity, right? The way things are out right here, you go out to buy a carton of eggs, you're paying 4 times more than what you were paying 3 years ago.
Right.
So yeah, necessity-wise, yeah, money is necessary to survive. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because you have to have it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, don't make money your all. Because then you're gonna be walking around like a dickhead out here. You feel me?
Right. No.
You gotta carry yourself the right way. Everybody can have money. If you got a job and you do your finances right, you're gonna have money.
You're gonna have money.
Because if you want a pair of sneakers, you want something, you can go buy it. Somebody that don't got money, they can't do that. You know what I'm saying? If let me tell you something. You're successful if you got a job. If you got a means of getting somewhere. I don't care if it's an Uber. If you got a means of getting somewhere and you're able to do so, you're successful. Now, if you sit on your ass and you want everything to come to you, you're not going to be successful. And that's just how life is. It's what you make it, right?
That's deep. That's real deep because, like, touching on what you said, a person can have $1 billion, $1 million, but still not happy. You know, there's a lot of people in this industry, comedians, artists, whoever, that has millions, billions, and they not happy. They go through what they go through and they don't be happy. I definitely agree with you saying somebody can have nothing and still be happy. So life is all about what you make it, you know. So
my grandmother used to always say, man, as long as your shoes are shined, whatever you got on is nice and ironed and you're nice and clean, you look like $1 million.
You know what? It's so crazy. I was watching the movie this morning, and in the movie they said, as long as you breathing, you living. You living and you successful. As long as you breathing. And it's so crazy because in the movie, some guy was in jail. And the other inmate told him, as long as you breathing, you winning. You living. You know, that's real deep, and you know that's true facts right there. And my next question for you will be, what are some things you would do different in music? Like what is some things you would change up, if anything? If you don't got anything, you know, that's fine.
I shouldn't have took stuff so personal back then. You know, I felt like you know, my time should have been then, you know, and it's like, nah, man. I just should have continued to stick around those artists and keep gaining that knowledge. And that's what I did. I did stick around, you know what I mean? But I was expecting more than what was given, and that's not cool. As an artist, you go there, you know, you pretty much soak it up, right? You soak up everything that's around you. And then you make it yours. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that's what I never said I regret, because I don't regret anything I ever did in life. I take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean?
Take it on the chin.
Exactly. It is what it is. You know?
So do you feel like a lot of people talk more than listen?
Yeah. Listen. If you ever have a conversation with somebody, right, and you guys are having a conversation, if that person is talking over you or more than you, that means that person is full of shit. Honestly. If you having a conversation with some people, listen to this. If you're having a conversation with someone and that person keeps talking over you and they don't let you speak, that person is full of shit. Run. Get the hell out of there. Don't stay there. Because at the end of the day, man, you're going to feel pissed off and you're going to feel heartbroken. You know what I mean?
No, that's true facts right there. That's some real stuff right there, y'all. So, like
that means they don't hear nobody but themselves.
Right, and they don't care about nobody but themselves. So, with that being said,
that's a jewel for your ass.
That is true, and y'all heard what he said. If somebody talking over y'all, don't let y'all talk. Just know, 9 times out of 10, they probably don't care about you. They only worrying about themselves, and you gonna feel some type of way about it. So. Run. Please run. So with that being said, what's next for ZIZ? I got 2 questions. What's next for you, and where do you see yourself, your label, in the next 5 years?
Oh man, just keep moving, man. We're gonna keep building, man. Keep making moves, and we're building blocks. You know what I mean? We got bricks all ready to set up. We're about to put that cement on that, and we're going to start building, man. Continue to build. We're going to bring it. And we in our own lane, man, because we're making music that cats wish they could make. And cats, you know, would love to, but they're scared. We're not scared to make music.
Right.
You know, we house everything. I'm not just going to be surrounded in hip-hop. This is not a hip-hop label, folks. I want to make it very clear. This is a label. It's not a hip-hop label. It's a label for all those who want to come. For all those who want to come, you know, jazz, hip-hop, R&B, rock, you know, soft, anything. Anything you want to do, we do it. You know what I mean? So I want to make that very clear. This is not only hip-hop. So,
like you said, y'all, this is not only hip-hop. So don't think it's just a hip-hop label. It's more than that. With that being said, ZIZ, is there any advice you will give to your fans?
man, keep your dreams. Don't stop. It's yours, man. Yo, listen. It's wide open right now. You got no excuse. Listen, you want to do something, do it. You want to do a podcast, you want to do a show, you want to record videos, start with your phone. You got a phone? Everybody on their phone all freaking day, but they don't utilize the phone to make them some money.
You want to know what's so crazy?
I don't understand that.
You want to know what's so crazy? You can become rich, and this is for all the people that's out there, everybody that's going to tune into, everybody that's listening. You can become rich nowadays from your phone. From your phone. Technology is all you need nowadays. You can become rich off of TikTok, Instagram, whatever. Any social media platform, all you need is a phone, a laptop, an iPad, whatever. That's all you need. You don't need it's not even hard.
Free programs out there.
And that's why I said, back in the day, it was a little bit tougher. You know, it was a little bit tough.
A little bit. A lot.
It was a lot. Let me not even say a little bit. It was a lot.
You needed money.
Because, like you said, back then, you actually had to go promote yourself. You had to go to the venue.
On foot.
You had to pay promoters to bring your stuff out. If it even get played by the DJ in the club.
On foot.
You know, so you had to do all that stuff on your own, you know. But now, these artists, they get signed with the labels. The labels paying up a lot of that money to push out the artists, you know, and that's why
You gotta pay that money back.
Yeah, but you gotta pay that money back, and I was about to get to that. You gotta pay all that money back, and sometimes, you know, it be more. So, some advice that you told me the first time I was here, you told me, just do it on your own. Be independent. And when you was talking to me, you know, I kept that in my head, like, you want to start a label? Start it yourself. You want to do this? Start it yourself. You want to do that? Start it yourself, because it's going to be a better outcome at the end. Being signed to somebody or signing that contract is like you work for them.
Yeah.
That's like saying if you go to a 9-to-5 job, you working for them.
They be fair. Be fair with the people you work with, man.
Them people who you signed to, who you signed to, they telling you when to drop this song. They telling you when to drop that album. They telling you what day and what's the release date for that. You can't pick that yourself.
See, we don't do that here, man. We work together. It's our label. You know what I mean? I try to make it as real as possible. The artist has full control. You know, we just help you, you know, we push you out there. Make sure the paperwork right. Make sure your publishing is right. Make sure your paperwork is right, fellas, man. I talk to so many people, and it's very disheartening, man, that I hear that you don't know what BMI is, that you don't know what Sound Exchange is, that you don't know that you got to have your paperwork out there. You don't know? I still get checks. I still get checks from BMI every 6 months. There's not a lot of artists that can say that. I done wrote for big artists that went number 1 on BMI the Billboard charts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we doing that. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, man, it's make sure you cover yourself, man. So you can get that.
So one thing I want to say to everybody, well, to all my young artists out there, you know, whatever you doing, if you a rapper, you know, you a singer, if you whatever, if you an artist, whatever, don't rush to sign a deal just because you want to make it out the hood. Or you want to make it out of wherever you know where you from. If you feel like you're going through a struggle and the opportunity comes, don't rush it. Read over it. Take some time to think on it. Make sure everything is in the right order before you put your name on that line. That's because once when you sign that line, somebody own you. You just not by yourself no more.
Own yourself,
like
man.
I told y'all, they telling you when to drop that song. They telling you when to drop that album. They telling you can come pick up your money and everything. You know, they telling you all that stuff. So do not rush.
Nope.
Life itself. Don't rush a record deal. Don't rush to make it out of the struggle if everything is not in order.
That's a fact.
Because if you rush it and everything not in order, you just stuck in a whole nother situation.
But yo, man, to turn the knob here, man. Yo, I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful, you know, for you coming, you know, to 40 DJs Radio. We appreciate you, man. We're gonna rock out. You know, I see a lot of big things for you, man. You got your head on right. You're a young guy, man. You know, you got the world ahead of you. You know, you coming on here and speaking your voice, you know, saying the truth and seeing it for how you see it, it's gonna actually help out a lot of people. You know, you're going to be talking about the mental health. You're going to be talking about everyday struggles. You're going to be talking about reality, the cities, everything. And I think that this is a good thing, and we need this out here.
I appreciate that, bro.
So I salute you, cuz. You know what I mean, for
cuz.
doing that, man. And welcome aboard, man. You know what I mean? I
so
told you, yo,
much.
it's Mr. Yo, you know what I mean?
11 O's do not
11
put 10,
O's.
9, 8, 7, put
That's a
11.
fact.
It's 11. That's the only way y'all gonna
Yes.
find me with 11 O's.
Yes.
And cousin, I appreciate you so much for bringing me on, helping me start my podcast,
Yes.
Like I said, shout out to For the DJs Radio, you feel me, .com, it's gonna be in the link in the bio. When I drop this first episode, the link will be in the bio. If you need to listen to music, you can listen to music on there. If you want to just, discover new artists, they on there. If you want to watch the podcast, it's on there. If you want some merch, t-shirts, whatever is on there, it's on there.
Mr. Yo t-shirts coming soon with the hats.
The Yo merch is coming soon,
Very
guys.
soon.
I know I promised y'all this for a little minute now, but it's coming. The podcast coming. I'm very grateful and thankful, to be a part of this team and a part of the label. And we got a lot of big things coming for y'all. So y'all better watch out, man, because we coming.
Watch out, man.
And when we drop back to back and back to back, just know it's going to be big, man. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in and listening. I appreciate all my supporters, all my followers, and remember, never give up on your dreams. Keep going and keep the grind going. If you in a struggle, if you having a bad day, use that as motivation every day to keep going and keep your head up and stay strong. Keep pushing. I love y'all.
Yep. Peace. We out, kid. For the DJs Radio, the network. Bam.